The medical vessel Genesis drifted silently through the Orion Spur, its pristine white hull reflecting distant starlight. Inside, Chief Medical Officer Sarah Chen studied the latest batch of vaccine synthesis data while nursing a cup of synthetic coffee. Their mission to deliver medical aid to the outer colonies had been routine until now. Dr. Chen, bridge request, the ship's AI announced, its tone carrying an unusual urgency. The walk to the bridge gave Sarah time to compose herself. Captain Miguel Torres, a veteran of countless humanitarian missions, stood before the main view screen with an expression she'd never seen before, wonder mixed with disbelief. "Look at this," he said, gesturing to the holographic display. Floating before them was a massive structure, partially embedded in an asteroid. Its surface bore geometric patterns that seemed to pulse with a faint blue luminescence. According to the scanner readings, it was over 10,000 years old. "We detected it when calibrating the new quantum sensors," explained Dr. Raj Patel, the xenoarchaeologist. "It's like nothing in our databases. The energy signature is, well, it's still active." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. Active? After 10,000 years. "That's not all," Raj continued, pulling up another scan. "The material composition matches fragments found in archaeological sites on Earth. Whoever built this, they visited our planet long ago." Captain Torres straightened his uniform. "I'm calling it in. This goes way beyond our medical mission parameters." "Wait," Sarah interjected. "Those patterns, they're similar to protein structures. I've seen something like this before in advanced medical nanobots." The bridge crew fell silent as the implications sank in. They'd stumbled upon something that could revolutionize human medicine, or worse, something that could destroy it entirely. Their discussion was interrupted by a proximity alert. 3 ships had appeared at the edge of their sensor range, their design unlike anything in human space. Their silhouettes were predatory, all sharp angles and weapon emplacements. "Unknown vessels approaching," the tactical officer reported. "They're not responding to hails." "This is a medical vessel," Torres broadcast on all frequencies. "We are on a humanitarian mission and are protected under Galactic Convention." The response came in the form of energy weapons fire. The first shot caught them completely off guard, slicing through their minimal shields like paper. The second hit their primary reactor. "All hands, emergency stations," Torres ordered as the ship shuddered. "Begin evacuation procedures." Sarah grabbed the nearest console as the artificial gravity fluctuated. "The medical bay, we have patience." Engineering reports critical damage. The tactical officer shouted over the alarms. "We've got maybe 10 minutes before total system failure." Torres made a decision. Download all scan data of the structure to emergency buoys. Launch them on dispersed trajectories. He turned to Sarah. "Doctor, get your patients to the escape pods." "That's an order." The next impact sent sparks cascading from the ceiling. Sarah ran through the chaos of evacuation, helping injured crew members and patients into escape pods. Behind her, she could hear the ship's structure groaning under the assault. Just before reaching her assigned pod, she glanced out of viewport. The alien ships had positioned themselves around the ancient structure, their weapons now focused on it. Whatever they found, these attackers were determined to destroy all evidence of its existence. Sarah clutched a data chip containing her medical research as she strapped into the escape pod. The Genesis's final moments were marked by a brilliant explosion that illuminated the void. As her pod accelerated away, she watched the alien vessels methodically vaporize the debris field. But they missed something. In their haste to destroy the evidence, they hadn't noticed the tiny probes that had already begun their journey toward Earth, carrying data that would change humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos, and awaken something that had slumbered beneath Earth's surface for millennia. The real war was about to begin, and humanity's first line of defense would be a doctor who now carried the key to understanding an ancient legacy, hurtling through space in a tiny escape pod, praying for rescue. The Dominion warships emerged from hyperspace above Earth like dark predators. Their arrival triggered every defense system humanity had, but Admiral James Harper knew it wouldn't be enough. The alien vessels dwarfed anything in Earth's fleet. Full defensive posture, he ordered from Strategic Command's bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains, "Get me the Security Council." The emergency session convened virtually as Earth's combined fleet moved to intercept. Representatives from every major spacefaring nation watched in horror as the first transmission came through. A being appeared on screen, its crystalline features arranged in what might have been a smile. "Your species has discovered something that does not belong to you," it said in perfect English. "Surrender the data from your medical vessel, and we may spare your major population centers." Harper's jaw tightened. They'd recovered only 3 escape pods from the Genesis, but Dr. Chen's data had already revealed incredible possibilities. The ancient structure had contained medical technology far beyond anything humanity had dreamed possible. It could eliminate disease, extend lifespans indefinitely, perhaps even reverse death itself. "We are a sovereign species," Harper responded. "We will not be threatened in our own system." The alien commander's crystalline features hardened. "Then you will be extinct species." The battle began with a ferocity that humanity had never witnessed. The Dominion ship's weapons cut through Earth's most advanced shields like tissue paper. Orbital defense platforms, the pride of human military engineering, lasted mere minutes. But humanity fought back. Every ship, every station, every pilot knew this was a fight for survival. They employed tactics the Dominion had never seen, using debris as cover, executing micro-jumps between asteroids, sacrificing automated vessels as shields for bombing runs. In the bunker, Dr. Chen worked frantically with a team of scientists, analyzing the data they'd recovered. "There's something here," she insisted, pointing to recurring patterns in the ancient structure's design. "These aren't just medical systems, they're keys." "Keys to what?" Harper asked, watching another squadron of Earth's finest pilots vanish in nuclear fire. Before she could answer, alarms blared throughout the facility. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, something had awakened. Seismic sensors worldwide went crazy as ancient machinery, buried for millennia, hummed to life. "Sir," a technician shouted, "we're detecting massive energy signatures from inside the planet." In orbit, the battle paused as both sides witnessed something unprecedented. Massive structures began emerging from Earth's oceans and mountain ranges, installations that had lain dormant since before human civilization began. Dr. Chen's eyes widened as she correlated the data. The medical technology, the geometric patterns, they weren't just left here. They were templates, meant to be found when we were ready, when we were threatened. The largest structure rose from the Pacific Ocean's Mariana Trench, a floating city of impossible technology that immediately began launching vessels that made the Dominion ships look primitive by comparison. The alien commander's next transmission carried none of its previous arrogance. Impossible. The Guardians were myths. Their technology was lost eons ago. "Not lost," Dr. Chen whispered, understanding finally dawning. "Protected. Hidden here, with a species they chose to inherit it." The ancient defense systems took control of Earth's military networks, upgrading them with technologies beyond comprehension. Weapons platforms reconstructed themselves with new alloys. Fighter craft received targeting systems that could track enemies through dimensional shifts. Admiral Harper watched in awe as humanity's seemingly inevitable defeat transformed into something else entirely. "Dr. Chen, what exactly did we inherit?" She looked up from her station, face illuminated by scrolling data streams of ancient knowledge. "Everything, Admiral. They left us everything. And now we know why." The Dominion fleet began to retreat, but the newly awakened defenses weren't finished. They had been programmed with one primary directive: protect humanity until it was ready to protect itself. That time had come. Earth's transformation happened in a matter of days. Ancient facilities worldwide integrated with human infrastructure, upgrading everything they touched. Cities sprouted crystalline towers that generated clean energy. Hospitals gained technology that could cure nearly any disease. Military bases became staging grounds for weapons beyond human comprehension. Dr. Chen worked tirelessly in the new medical center beneath Mount Fuji, one of many facilities that had emerged from dormancy. Her hands moved across holographic interfaces as naturally as if she'd used them all her life. The genetic markers were always there, she explained to Admiral Harper. Subtle changes made to human DNA thousands of years ago, preparing us for this moment. But why us? Harper asked, watching as another wave of automated defense platforms took up orbital positions. Why Earth? Because we were dying. The voice came from behind them, a holographic projection of a humanoid figure, its form composed of shifting geometric patterns, just as your species was long ago. The being identified itself as an echo, an artificial intelligence left behind by the Guardians. Our creators faced extinction from beings like the Dominion, species that hoarded advanced technology, destroying any civilization that might one day rival them. The Guardians realized that direct confrontation was futile. They needed a longer strategy. Sarah understood. They chose Earth as an incubator, planted their technology here, disguised as natural formations, and modified early humans to be compatible with their systems. Yes, the Echo confirmed. You were chosen for your adaptability, your resilience, your capacity for both innovation and empathy. The medical ship's discovery wasn't chance. Your development had reached the necessary threshold. The Dominion's attack simply accelerated the timeline. Harper received an urgent notification. Speaking of the Dominion, long-range sensors are detecting a massive fleet gathering at the edge of the solar system. Thousands of ships. The Echo's form flickered. They will not come alone. The Dominion will have called their allies. Every species that built their empires on stolen Guardian technology now faces the prospect of a new power rising, one with legitimate claim to that legacy. How many? Harper asked. At least 7 major civilizations. Their combined forces will number in the tens of thousands. Cyrus stepped forward. Then we'll need help. The Genesis found one installation, but there must be others. Other species the Guardians chose. Yes, the Echo's form expanded, displaying a map of the galaxy with pulsing points of light. Scattered across the galaxy, dozens of civilizations approached their awakening. The Dominion's attack on your medical ship served as a signal. Even now, other Guardian facilities are activating. A backup plan, Harper realized. If one chosen species was destroyed, others would survive. More than that, Sarah said, understanding dawning in her eyes. Not competition, cooperation. The Guardians didn't just want survivors. They wanted species that would work together, share knowledge, protect each other. The Echo nodded. The first transmissions are already arriving. The Centauri, the Pleiades Coalition, the Vega Concordat, all of them awakening. All of them reaching out. Outside, the skies above Earth filled with ships of designs that merged human ingenuity with Guardian technology. Each vessel represented the best of both legacies, the Guardians' advanced science tempered by human creativity and determination. The Dominion and their allies believe strength comes from holding power, the Echo said. They are about to learn otherwise. Admiral Harper turned to Sarah. Doctor, it seems your medical mission just got significantly expanded. She smiled, thinking of the Genesis and its final moments. Their mission of healing would continue, not just for humanity, but for an entire galaxy ready to wake up. The coming war would not be fought for conquest or destruction. It would be fought for the right of all species to grow, to learn, to advance on their own terms, and humanity would not fight alone. The awakening had begun. The combined fleet of awakened civilizations gathered at the edge of Sol system. Ships of countless designs formed intricate patterns in space. The Centauri's organic-looking vessels, crystalline ships from the Pleiades, and the energy-formed ships of the Vega Concordat alongside Earth's Guardian-enhanced fleet. Admiral Harper stood on the bridge of humanity's first Guardian-class vessel, the Phoenix. Dr. Chen worked beside him, coordinating with medical ships from a dozen species. The Echo's projection hovered between them, updating tactical displays. "The Dominion fleet approaches," it announced. "They've gathered every ship they could muster, even stripped their home systems of defenses." "Desperate," Harper noted. "They know if they don't crush us now, that Empire collapses." The enemy fleet emerged from hyperspace, a vast armada of dark ships stretching across light years. The Dominion had brought their vassals and slaves, species forced to fight for their oppressors. "Open a channel to all ships," Sarah said, "both sides." Her image broadcast across thousands of vessels. "This is Dr. Sarah Chen of Earth. To those fighting for the Dominion against their will, we know you're slaves. We've seen your worlds, your people subjected to technological quarantine. The Guardians didn't just leave us weapons. They left us healing, freedom, choice. Surrender, and you'll be welcomed among the awakened." The response was immediate. Entire battle groups within the Dominion fleet turned on their masters. Ships that had been pressed into service seized their chance at liberation. The neat formations of the enemy armada dissolved into chaos. "All forces," Harper commanded, "engage at will. Priority on defensive actions for defecting ships." The battle that followed would be studied for centuries. Guardian technology proved devastating against the stolen and corrupted versions the Dominion used. Human tactical innovations, combined with the unique strengths of each awakened species, cut through enemy formations. Sarah coordinated the medical response, using newly unlocked Guardian tech to save lives on both sides. Healing pods received the injured, while automated medical ships darted through the combat zone performing emergency rescues. The Dominion's defeat was total. Their leaders, those crystalline beings who had demanded Earth's surrender, found themselves brought aboard the Phoenix not as conquerors, but as prisoners. "Your empire is finished," Harper told them. "Your subject worlds are free to choose their own path." "You understand nothing," the Dominion leader snarled. "The galaxy needs order, control. Species must be guided, prevented from destroying themselves with power they don't comprehend." The Echo's form solidified. That was never your choice to make. The Guardians believed in potential, in growth through cooperation rather than subjugation. Today proves they were right. Sarah stepped forward. "We're offering you the same choice we gave your slaves. Join us. Learn to heal rather than dominate. Help us rebuild what your fear destroyed." The leader's crystalline features registered shock. "You would trust us, after everything." "Trust must start somewhere," Sarah replied. "The Guardians trusted humanity with their legacy. We're choosing to trust others with it too. That's the difference between guardianship and dominion." As the battle debris cleared, ships from dozens of newly awakened civilizations converged on Earth. The Phoenix led them home, where the real work would begin, helping hundreds of species reclaim their independence, rebuild their worlds, and take their place among the stars. The Age of Empire was over. The Age of Awakening had begun.